Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something pretty special, a type of leadership so powerful it can literally pull an organization back from the brink of total failure.
So picture this. You're in a stuffy corporate board meeting, and someone stands up, not the CEO, but a mid-level manager, and says this. According to our source material, this one moment, this incredible act of courage was the spark that ignited a massive transformation. It just begs the question, right? How can one single person actually change the destiny of an entire company? Well, that's exactly what we're going to unpack today. We're going to look at the anatomy of something the source material calls redemptive leadership. Okay, let's get into it. So you might think that manager got fired on the spot, right? Nope. Her warning actually got her empowered. Why? Because for the first time, the board decided to stop ignoring the problem and actually see the truth she was holding up for them.
And the results? I mean, they were just staggering. It was a 5-year journey, taking them from basically flatlining to becoming this thriving, successful company. It's proof that a comeback like this is actually possible. But it makes you wonder, what's the secret sauce here? What's really going on?
Okay, so this wasn't just about shuffling some desks or bringing in a few new consultants. We're talking about something way deeper. Redemptive leadership, as it turns out, is a concept with some seriously ancient roots. Yeah, the source actually traces this idea all the way back to the Hebrew word galal. And the meaning is really powerful. It's about buying back, reclaiming, or restoring something that was lost. It could be land or freedom, or in this case, the very soul of a company. And this chart, this is where it all kind of clicks into place. You see, a redemptive leader isn't a revolutionary, someone who just wants to burn it all down and start over. And they're not just a reformer who's happy to just tinker around the edges. No, a redeemer is a restorer. Their whole goal is to reclaim that original vision, what the company was always meant to be before it lost its way.
So, who's the right person for a job like this? Well, this is where it gets really interesting. The source material points to a fascinating paradox.
They have to be inside the system, but not of the system. That's the magic formula. You need someone who's been on the inside long enough to have street cred, to know how things really work. But they also need to be enough of an outsider to see all the problems clearly, without being part of the problem themselves. And look, the perfect example of this is Satya Nadella at Microsoft. The guy was a 22-year veteran. He knew the company inside and out, but he also brought this fresh outsider perspective. He was an engineer, not a finance guy. He was obsessed with customers, not internal politics. That unique combo allowed him to bring Microsoft back to its roots. And the result? Just wow. A 10x explosion in market value. We're talking from $300 billion to 3 times trillion dollars. Incredible. But here's the catch. You can have the perfect leader, a real-life Satya Nadella, and they can still fail. Why? Because the organization itself has to be ready for that kind of change. It can't be forced. So our source lays out 3 things that absolutely have to happen first. Step 1 is recognition. The company has to admit, yup, we are in deep trouble. Step 2 is repentance. That means a real commitment to a total 180-degree turn. And only after those 2 things happen can you get to step 3, receptivity. That's when the organization is finally open and willing to be led in a new direction. And if you want to see just how critical that last step, receptivity, really is, look no further than this classic business showdown. We've got 2 companies, both of whom saw the future coming.
But only one was actually willing to change. On one side, you have Kodak. They literally invented the digital camera, but they couldn't bring themselves to let go of their profitable film business. On the other side, you have Netflix. They were making a killing with their DVD by mail business, but they willingly blew it up to go all in on streaming. See the difference? It wasn't about who had the crystal ball. It was about who was willing to act on what they saw. It was all about receptivity. Okay, so let's say the company is finally ready, the conditions are perfect. What does a redemptive leader actually do? Well, the source breaks it down into a pretty straightforward 3-part blueprint. First up, tell the truth. No sugarcoating. You have to confront the brutal facts to break through all the denial. Think Leah Iacocca at Chrysler. Second, break the old. You gotta have the guts to dismantle the broken systems that caused the mess in the first place, like Alan Mulally did at Ford. And third, build the new. You construct new ways of working that actually line up with that restored vision, which is exactly what Satya Nadella did at Microsoft. Now, we have to be real here. This kind of leadership, it's not glamorous. It's not a superhero movie. The source material is brutally honest about the heavy personal toll this takes on the leader.
I mean, just look at this. You're putting your reputation on the line, risking public failure. You're going to make enemies, you're going to lose friendships. The stress can absolutely wreck your health, both mental and physical. And your family, they're going to feel it too. So it really begs the question, why on earth would anyone sign up for this? And that's the final, really provocative question the source material leaves us with. It suggests that for a certain type of person, all that cost, all that pain, it's actually worth it. It's worth it for the chance to restore something broken and bring it back to what it was always meant to be. It's not just a job. It's not a career move. It's a calling.